Hello chess fans, this is Rick from Chess to Impress with coverage of the tiebreak of the 2017 US Chess Championships. These are the final standings after the 11th round. As you can see, the hot favorite Wesley So ended on top with +3. He was the only undefeated player, but he was in the company of Grandmaster Alexander Onischuk, who also got 7 points out of 11 games. The other two favorites, Hikaru Nakamura and Fabiano Caruana, achieved 6.5 out of 11 and were half a point short to make the tiebreak. So the tiebreak was between Wesley So and Alexander Onischuk, and the first tiebreak was to play 2 rapid games of 25 minutes with a 5-second delay. Let's see what happened in the first game. So is white, Onischuk is black. c4, e6, knight c3, knight f6, e4, d5, and here e takes d5 is the most popular move, but Wesley So decided on c takes d5. E takes d5, e5, knight e4, knight f3, bishop f5, bishop e2, and bishop e7. We've played 7 moves and we have already a new position where the players have to think for themselves. So castled, and here Onischuk castled as well, to the surprise of Wesley So. As he said afterwards, he had expected knight c6. He played queen b3, and now knight c6. A better option here would have been d4, and if then white takes on b7, there is d takes c3, queen takes a8, c takes d2, rook d1, pinning the pawn with a very complicated position, which should be assessed as about equal. Instead, Onischuk, after a long think, decided on knight c6. And now Wesley So went pawn hunting. Knight takes d5. And you cannot play something like knight a5, attacking the queen, which is protecting the knight, because then white always has knight takes e7 check as an in-between move before saving his queen. So Onischuk played bishop c5 to take knight takes e7 check out of the equation. Knight e3 from Wesley So, attacking the bishop. Bishop went to g6, and So took another pawn. Queen takes b7. Knight d4 from Onischuk. White has 2 extra pawns, and black has compensation with his active pieces and white's undeveloped queen side. Enterprising play from Wesley So, and don't try this at home unless you're a grandmaster, because going pawn hunting like this, only if you're a top grandmaster like Wesley So can you get away with it. If you and I do this, we go pawn hunting and don't look after our development, we get severely punished. But Wesley So looks so deep and has such a good and can assess the position so well that he does get away with it. So took on d4, bishop took back, and now d3. Knight c5, hitting the queen, queen went to b5, and rook b8 chasing the queen again. Queen c4, knight e6, strong move. The e5 pawn is now hanging, and So played f4, protecting e5, and also in the future the move f4, f5 with a fork may be an option. Now Onischuk has to take on b2 with the bishop before white can protect that pawn with rook b1. Bishop takes b2, rook b1, queen d4, and here Wesley So decided to give an exchange with rook takes b2. He also could have taken on d4, then bishop takes d4, rook takes b8, rook takes b8, and Now, for example, g3, then there is rook b1, and you have to be very careful. Let's play a silly move for white, a3. Then there is rook takes c1, rook takes c1, bishop takes e3, winning the game. So white has to be careful in this variation. As said, So did not take on d4. He played rook takes b2, sacrificing an exchange. Onischuk took on b2 and bishop g4, bringing the threat f4, f5 in a position. This was a critical moment. Both players had missed black's best move here, which is queen b6. Let's have a look. After queen b6, white can take the exchange back. Bishop takes b2. But then there is queen takes e3 check, king h1, and bishop takes d3. Black has regained the two pawns and the position is equal. If after queen b6, white plays that f4, f5 threat, forking two pieces, then there is rook b4, attacking the queen, and after queen c2, black can take on g4, because the knight on e3 is pinned. After f takes e6, black is an exchange up and is better. So queen b6, as I said, missed by both players, was the best move here. And Onischuk, under time pressure, did not see it, played rook b4, and that was a blunder. Because now So took on d4, and unfortunately what Onischuk had missed is that you cannot take back with the knight on d4, because then there is bishop a3, skewering both rooks. So he had to take with the rook, rook takes d4, but then f5 works, forking two pieces. White is winning here. Knight f4 was tried by Onischuk. He did not want to give up. But now So plays very accurately. First knight c2, hitting the rook. Rook went to a4. Now So took the piece on f4. And the only way to save the other piece, that bishop on g6, is to play h5. And again, So found the most accurate move. Bishop d1 with a discovered threat attack on the rook on a4. Onischuk had to save his bishop. Bishop h7, he cannot take on f5 with that bishop, because then there is knight e3 attacking both the bishop and the rook on a4. So bishop h7 was played. So played knight e3, attacking the rook. Rook takes a2, and material is not so bad for black, but his pieces are now completely uncoordinated. And Wesley So now switches to an attack on the king with e6. F takes e6, bishop b3, hitting the rook again. Rook e2, f takes e6. And now you have to be careful of checkmate already. Again, let's make a silly move just to show the idea. Let's make a6, then it's checkmate with e7 check, king h8, e takes f8 queen check, bishop g8, and queen takes g8 checkmate. So that is the threat. So after f takes e6, Onischuk played rook e8, but after e7 check, king h8, bishop g5, just protecting the pawn, black resigned. The threat is rook f8 check, and there's really nothing that black can do against this. Onischuk was white in the second game. It was a long fight. He fought like a lion, had some chances, but Wesley So was able to make a draw and become the 2017 US champion. This is what both players had to say after the tiebreak. Onischuk said, "I wish I can play with the knights like Wesley can. All those forks Wesley is so resourceful. I blundered white's option bishop a3 when I played rook b4, as we saw. Wesley is much faster than me, but I should have played a better move than rook b4. Wesley So said, I can't believe I won this tournament. It's really tough for the top players. I need to win 5 games and draw 6 in order not to lose rating points. So Wesley So lost some rating points because he finished on +3 in this tournament. He also said that he had not seen queen b6, and about his strategy in the first game he said, I took the pawns thinking a pawn is a pawn. In rapid games when I see an unprotected pawn I usually take it. So in rapid chess Wesley So is a self-declared greedy pawn grabber. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the Chess to Impress channel and please leave your comments. You also may want to check out my other channel, Chess to Progress. The link is in the description box. This is Rick for Chess to Impress. Thank you very much for watching.